Well, I asked my hubby to take me on the Sea-Doo over to the beach. There was a big regatta there yesterday, and I thought there'd be a ton of drops, coins, and perhaps jewelry that I could check out the sand. And the place is chock-a-block with people, so of course it's a holiday Monday. That makes total sense to me. So I'll do that another time. But meantime, I'm back at the cottage and just working along the shore. I've discovered that working underwater, I'm getting interesting signals, but I forgot my sand scoop. So, bleh. Anyway, next time. For now, I'll continue digging here on land. Hang in there. Well, I'm back at the site of that 8-penny spill down here by the lake. And apparently it was a 9-penny spill, because here it is. Let's see if I can actually get some light on it. Oh, wow. The joys of filming with your phone. I can't see if that's even in focus, but I believe, let me check real quick. I believe that is a 1982 penny. Don't know if you can see the date. That is really slick on the obverse. You can hardly see the queen. I'll try and clean it up a bit better. Anyway, 9-penny spill over 2 weeks. Lots of fun. This thing rang up really, really strangely. It had some notes of iron. It had some notes of aluminum. I don't know. It was bouncing from the 15 up to 40, and then it would squeak up to 82. So I have no idea. It's about the size of a quarter. So let's just pop some of this rust off it. What the heck? I'm just going to put it down real quick. Take my glasses off so I can see. I know that sounds funny. I use glasses for distance. So if I want to see up close, off they come. What is this? It's got really rusty soil on it. I suppose if this is a rare silver coin, I'm doing irreparable damage. It could just be a slug. Huh. Do you see anything that looks quarterish? It's really corroded. This sandy soil is not kind. I think it's a quarter. Look, there's the ridged edge. Okay, I'm going to stop picking. I'll try and clean it up a bit and I'll get back to you. Cleanup is as complete as I can get it. This coin is an absolute mess. And believe it or believe it not, this coin is a quarter from 2007. The maximum this has been under the ground is 12 years. It looks as though it's been through a fire. It is absolutely toasted. There is nothing of the queen's face left. I can't tell which side is which now through my phone. You can barely see the caribou on the back, and I had to get a high-powered magnifying glass out and get it under slant light to see that it is indeed a 2007 quarter. So, what a mess. Canadian coins do not fare well under the ground. So farewell to this coin. It's going in the pouch. I wouldn't dream of trying to spend this in a store. Still, it's a target that I dug, and I'm glad to have it. Folks, I was going to go in for some lunch, but look at this. I can't leave this behind. I'll pop the plug and get back to you. That rang up so sweet, I thought for sure it was a silver dime. Yeah, it's just a chunk of aluminum. It fooled me. Okie doke, on to the next. And presently I'm working at the base of a pine tree that's just at the head of the dock. I opened this wee plug. I had a signal that rang up around the 40s and 50s. It was bouncing all over, and I got myself a brass key. Let's get it into the light so you can see it a little better. Or not. Hang on. Going over land in wet flip-flops. Okay, here we go. It says DL, and I can't quite read through the phone what else it says. This is a key that I recognize. I at least recognize the brand, so I'll do a little research and tell you more about it. Yeah, so here it is. It says Dominion Lock Company, Montreal, Canada. Made in Canada. Well, I guess that stands to reason. There you go. On to the next. It sounded like big iron. It sounded like little iron. But have a look at this. This chain. It heads way over there toward the dock. And it heads way over there toward the water. So frankly, I have no idea. I'm going to ask my hubs what he thinks that might be. That is some chain, though. That's serious business right there. Look at that. Huh. All right, I'll get back to you. Well, the word from the boss is that this used to attach the dock to the ground. It was the old dock, so it's not attached to this dock, but it's attached to heaven knows what. Maybe a rock underneath all the sand. So he said, bury it. You're not going to get that out. So there, I found it, and I'm going to give it a decent burial. Bye for now. I'm really sorry, ants. I didn't mean to completely disturb your colony, but it did. I certainly did. Sorry, I'm stammering because I don't know what the heck I've got here. I was hauling away like I was ringing in the new year, and there's this big piece of chain with what looks like a drawer pull attached to it. Here's another drawer pull. There were three of these awesome big bolts. I found another one just around the other side of that rock. And then there's all this wire. So I have the faintest idea what this is all about. One of our neighbors up the river has a float plane. Yeah, so what this could be, I have no idea. It's some gizmo that somebody in the clan figured out. I'll have to ask my husband when he gets back. He's out on a sea-doo trip now with younger stepson. So I'm going to try to avoid getting nibbled by all these ants. I feel bad for exposing their eggs. And we'll see what else is in this hole. This is what I found in the hole that I dug around that rock right there. The wire was all wrapped around the base of the rock. Then there was this big old chain, a gigantic wing nut on the end of a bolt, 5 great big leg bolts of some kind, and 3 brass drawer pulls. I was scratching my head, wondering what the heck that could be. I asked my husband. He said, oh, the fire pit used to be over closer to that rock. Right about there, which is where I found this stuff. Now the fire pit's over there, and it is a mess of iron signals. So that's for another day. Anyway, with my archaeologist mind, I was trying to figure out how all these went together, what kind of Rube Goldberg gizmo it was, and it wasn't. It was just the remnants of the fire pit. Cool. Stay tuned. This little key, the DL, Dominion Lock, Montreal, Canada, made in Canada, was used by my father-in-law to chain up this boat. This is Queen Mary, and he used it every evening to go fishing. He would launch it out in the evening. He'd take his tackle box, little shot of whiskey, apparently, and his shortwave radio, and he would fish and listen to the European broadcasts, probably some from all the way from Poland. That's kind of nice. And then he'd come home and lock the boat to the chain, to the tree, using this key. I'm digging history, one beep at a time. Thanks for joining me here on Antie's Adventure Assortment. Bye for now.